Sitting down with new world record holder Noe Ponti. He's coming to us from Incheon, South Korea. Noe, thanks so much for taking the time. Just first off, what are your thoughts on the World Cup experience overall so far?
Yeah, thank you for having me. And yeah, I mean, the World Cup experience is amazing. I think being able to share everything with other athletes from all over around the world for more than 1 week, and yeah, it's nice because yeah, it's competition. We're racing and everything, but also we're hanging around, hanging out a lot, and yeah, we're having fun. So. It's lots of fun and it's a very good experience. You can learn new things also from other people and make new friendships. So yeah, overall it's a very good experience. Yes.
Yeah. So I guess first off, just coming into this World Cup series, did you have any goals, or did you have anything you wanted to accomplish, or your sights set on for this three meet series?
I mean, goals. I think the goal was to make it to the top 20 in all uh, three legs, and then yeah, make it top eight overall. I think that's what it. And yeah, but other than that, I didn't have big goals. I took a long break after Paris, and yeah, I guess it, yeah, I didn't have to have big goals, but now it's working. It's going well. So more than well, and yeah, what can I say?
Um, so you mentioned Paris. In Paris, you finished fifth in the 200 fly, and you win a bet. You tied your national record twice. You finished fourth in the 100 fly, and you were right on a best time. You were 50.4 in that final, 50.5. How did you feel? How did you feel about your swims in Paris, and how did you feel after the meet was over?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a tough question. I mean, to fly, in general, I thought I could swim faster, being honest. I could be faster, and the goal was to medal in both events. I missed the medal in both events. And yeah, I think to fly, so it might have been too fast for me, the medal, but I think 153 was more than possible. But I mean, I went PB, so I couldn't really complain about that. And fifth in the world is still fifth in the world at the Olympics. And underfly, which is maybe my main event, the goal was at least a medal. But honestly, we all knew that. So me, Liendo, uh, Milak, we were going for gold. Yeah, and other guys as well. And
Mhm.
uh, and yeah, so I missed the bronze medal by zero point 0.1 of a second, and yeah, I still went 50.5, my third best time ever. It's the best time I swam in a big meet. So at awards, Europeans or Olympics, I've never swam that fast. So it's okay. I mean, still fourth in at the Olympics. It's so many people would sign a paper to get fourth at the Olympics, but still, I think after what happened in Tokyo and past years and this year, I was doing very well. So I expected something more. It didn't arrive, so I wouldn't say I'm disappointed, but there is a little bit of disappointing. Yeah, disappointment for sure. And yeah, so after meet was over, I couldn't do anything about it. So it's not that you can go backwards and do something. So yeah, I tried to forget about it and learn from it. And yeah, so it's never easy after the Olympics because there's so much tension, so much pressure and focus for like 3 years, and the last year is always a lot of pressure. And once it's done, it's done. And not only for me, but everybody, also for a medal winner or so. You get to the point where yeah, so and that's it. So 9 days they go by like this, and then it's done. You can you're home. Nothing is happening. No more attentions or not as much as before, and yeah, you feel a little bit empty, no? but yeah, so I was able to be home. I went to Kenya with a friend and his family for vacation, so I was able to maybe try to think about all the things. And yeah, and during that month and a half of break that I took, I had a lot of time to think about what I did, and also to talk about it with my, yeah, so team, my family, and my coaches. And yeah, so around the 20th of September, I was ready to restart the season. And yeah,
You went to Kenya for vacation. That sounds very cool.
yeah.
What was that experience like for you? Had you been there before?
No, so first time in Kenya, and I mean it was amazing, I would say. So a friend of mine and his family, they have a house in Watamu, and they're helping to build a school. And yeah, so, and I like those kind of things. So we went there, we painted a little bit the school, met the kids and everything. And I went on a safari. So it was very, very nice, very relaxed and chill. So yeah, just a nice vacation and new experience. And I really loved it. And yeah, it made me open my eyes as well, because I mean in Europe, or in the US for sure as well. So everybody is stressing always about money. It's always everything about money, and everyone is stressed. So life is really stressed, and I have the feeling that, so we aren't as happy as we should be, and we don't take things. So we take things for granted, and when they maybe they're not. And in Kenya, even though so yeah, you gotta understand, there is the very poor and also the very rich in Kenya. But where I was, it was more the poor. And yeah, so they're happy. So they have pretty much nothing, but they are the happiest kids in the world, happiest people in the world. And that's amazing to see. And you learn a lot from that. And yeah, it was just overall an amazing experience.
I love that you bring that up because it's always I think every time I travel outside of the United States, I really feel that that there is so much tension in our day-to-day life, so much stress, as you said, and then you go somewhere else and you're like, oh, I can people are relaxed here. People can chill out and enjoy life, and it's kind of
Yeah, yeah,
nice.
exactly. Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
So
even the smallest thing makes them the happiest people in the world.
mm,
And I feel that, so it should always be like that. It's not like that because our societies are a little bit different, but yeah, it's just fascinating.
that is fascinating. I mean, that's great. That's awesome that you got to experience that. And so, so then you come back and you're like, okay, guys, I'm ready to swim again. Um, I mean, did you feel motivated? Are you feeling hungry for more coming into this World Cup, or just in your month of training you've had before these competitions?
So when I came back from Kenya, I still had some weeks off at home, and so I wasn't feeling that motivated at all. But yeah, so I think it was right like that. So I still needed some time. And yeah, so once I started, I wouldn't say that I was feeling very like motivated or disciplined to really go for it. But I think it's normal after a big break, that you need your time to come back and everything. So before I started swimming, I started to do some other sports by myself. Maybe I go for a run, or go to the gym a couple of times, or I don't know, just yeah, for fun, play beach volleyball. Those things, that so yeah, to just wake my muscle up. But I didn't do many things. And yeah, so I started swimming. First couple of weeks we took it so easy. The first week maybe I did 4 trainings. Then we started like doing 6 or 7, then more and more. And yeah, so I wasn't feeling the most motivated guy, so swimmer in the beginning, but so the motivation comes back. So you just have to wait for it, and the closer I came to the World Cups, the more motivation I had, because yeah, the a goal was coming closer, and so you knew it was soon time to race, and I love racing. So I think all of us swimmers love racing, and we live for that. So as soon as the competition started to yeah, get closer, I was feeling more and more excited. I'd say.
Mhm. And so then you get to Shanghai. Had you ever been to Shanghai before?
Never, no, first time.
um, what did you think of just being there? Was it very
Um,
different?
I mean, it was amazing. Of course, it's different than Switzerland for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, lots of tall buildings, and I have the feeling that in Asia they build always, yeah, so big, tall buildings, and they don't have like houses or so like we do in Europe. But I mean, amazing. It was very nice. The first couple of days I had the chance to visit a little bit, and and yeah, so I went out with so teammate of mine, and also the Italians, and
Mhm.
yeah, so we visited a little bit, and yeah, so nice, so nice. We got the chance to try new things, and yeah, then it was time to race, and the pool. It's so the organization in Shanghai was amazing, in my opinion. So hotel was very nice. The food was good. I mean, we're not used to that food, I think.
Mhm.
So it took me. So I'm still trying to figure out the Asian food right now. But so yeah, so was really nice. It was like being at a world championships almost. Like athlete lounge, this and that, a gym, where you could also find like 8 Pilates reformers. Well, we don't have that usually, but it was really nice. Really nice. The city was amazing. The people, very kind, and the fans were like very warm. So after each race, after yeah, so they were coming up and asking for autographs and everything and photos, and it was really really nice. So we were feeling like welcoming, and maybe I didn't expect it to be that way, but so I'm glad it was like that.
Yeah. I mean, that's great. That's what you want to hear. That's what you want in a swim meet, right? I mean, that's fantastic. And then tell me about your first race in Shanghai, the 100 fly. You were 48.4, third fastest performer all time behind Caleb and someone else.
Yeah.
Uh,
So
what'd you think of that race?
yeah, I mean, in the morning I went 49.6, I think. And so I really didn't push at all. So I tried to swim as easy as possible and just yeah, relax. And once I touched, I saw okay, 49.6. Oh, so uh, I was thinking. So before the race, I was like, okay, if tonight I can go 49 low or so, it would be amazing, you know. And once I touched 49.6, it was okay, okay. Wow, I didn't expect that. So, but good that it happened. And so apparently I was doing better than I planned to, or yeah. And then the night I went 48.4. After the morning swim, I was yeah, I knew that I could go probably sub 49, but 48.4 is still uh, a lot faster than sub 49. So yeah, I was just amazed with the time, and super happy with it. And yeah, so I guess that maybe even if like physically or so you're not in the best shape ever, but if mentally you're doing fine, if you're very relaxed and you don't have many thoughts in your head, you can swim as fast as that. No, I think that so in the end at our level, what the mental effect. So the yeah, mentally you do the difference. No, if you're doing very well there, so in your head you can do pretty much anything. And in short course you don't even need that much training, I think, as you do in long course. And still, so from the past year, I trained a lot and everything. So I don't think it all went away in that month and a half that I took off. But so I still had something in yeah in my body, and yeah. So I was just amazed with time, but I was super happy. What can I say? Super happy and glad that I was able to do my European record in my first race of the season, and yeah, never happened to me, but yeah.
It was the beach volleyball. That's what I
Yeah.
think. So then take me through the next. You swim the 200 IM the next day, and then you have this exchange with Duncan Scott, where you're like, "I'm going to world record in the morning." Tell me about that. Where were you at?
I mean, yeah, I've been having a lot of fun with Duncan the past week, and yeah, I mean, under IM, I was racing against him, and uh, then 2 a.m. again. So we were like, okay, who's gonna win? Blah, blah, blah. We were also racing to be in the top spots in the overall ranking.
Hmm.
And then that night, I think I replied to a story of his on Instagram, and yeah, maybe the story where he said that he got second and got third, and the night before it was the other way around, and he told me, yeah, now you now you see how I felt last night, so like joking, no?
Hmm.
And I told him, yeah, yeah, and then he told me, yeah, go to sleep because I want to see a world record tomorrow. I was like, yeah, of course you're gonna see it in the morning, so in the heats, and I mean, I think I was joking a little bit, but in the same time, after what I did the previous days, I knew that I was capable of it because taking my best times last year, I missed the world record by 0.04. So I knew that it could eventually come, and so why not say that so to a friend of yours? And it's not that I would never say it publicly because I don't like to yeah, say those things. I like to keep it to myself, but with him, okay, why not? And yeah, in the morning I was able to swim it, and at night I did it again pretty much because it was pretty much the same race. So yeah, just amazing. I don't know what to say, and yeah.
What are you thinking about? I mean, for prelims and finals, what are you focusing on that race, or what's going through your head during the race?
I mean, before the race in the morning, I was talking to my coach and I was telling him, Massimo, should I do 5 or 6 strokes the first length? Because I knew that I would do probably six the second one, but I was like, should I do 5 or 6? Because in the 50s, you cannot, so you pretty much have to have figured out how many strokes you're gonna do, at least short course, because yeah, and I was like, should I do 5 or 6? And then walk into the car room, should I do 5 or 6? And then that was all I was thinking about, you know. And then I decided to go for six, so higher frequency stroke than the 100 or 100 IM. And yeah, that was it. And just trying to do that and push as much as possible. So yeah, my so in underwater, which are a bit my strength. And yeah, so coming off the wall, I went as fast as possible, and that was it. So there wasn't much time to think in 20 seconds, but yeah. So I was just when I touched, I was wow. Amazed with time, of course, because 21.6, it's pretty fast, let's say. But yeah, so I don't even know how to describe it because I don't even know if I really have understood right now so that I did a war record because in the end it felt like a PB, but it's a war record. It's crazy if you think about that, no? Every little kid, uh, every little swimmer would like to break a world record someday, and So I just did it, and without really thinking about it too much. So I think that was maybe the key to make it happen.
Yeah. I mean, congrats. That's like you said, every little kid, every little swimmer, it's like, I want to break a world record. And you broke your first world record in Shanghai. So then moving on into Incheon, you're in South Korea now. You
Yeah,
uh, won the 100 fly last night. You tied for the win with Mr. Leon Marchand in the 100 IM. How'd you feel about last night of racing?
good. I mean, awesome. The goal was to win the on fly and try to win the 100 IM, and I think I achieved the goal. And I mean, on the fly, I think was very good. I took it out way faster than last week. I think around zero point 0.6 faster, almost zero point 0.4, zero point 0.5, I don't know, faster than last week, the first 50. And I felt it the last 25. I have to say it in underwater, but still I went 48.8. So uh, it's an amazing time. And Nils Corsania was right there. So it's nice to know also that other guys are swimming very fast, and so you cannot really relax too much, because otherwise the first mistake you do, you're gonna lose their race. But it was nice. Yeah, I lost also my goggles in the start, so it wasn't an optimal race. But I mean, I lost my goggles in the start, but I couldn't stop. So I was okay. Now I guess I'm gonna have to to swim without goggles and without contacts or anything. And I mean, it turned out pretty well in the end. I think that's also why I took it out faster, because I couldn't really control much the guys around me. So I said, okay, now I have to take it out fast, so I have more chance to, yeah, because usually I control a little bit the first 50 and come back the second one. But yesterday I did the opposite. But it was a fun race. I liked it. And
Were you just
uh,
counting your strokes? Is that
uh,
what you were doing?
I was counting my strokes, yes, and underwater I was opening my eyes. So when I was doing the underwater, because
Mm.
yeah, yeah, I don't count my kicks, so I would have done 20 meters underwater otherwise. I had to, but still, I didn't want to like risk it, and you don't see well. Maybe you go past 15 meters. So I think I did also the underwaters that I did were a bit shorter than usual, but it was, I mean, it was nice in the end. So I lost my goggles, my fault, and I had to fix it somehow. And so you just have to keep going. So I think you learn also from that, no? And Andre Ryan it's just fun. It's fun to race Leon. Thomas also did very well. It's just fun, and I had lots of fun. And yeah, so I think I did a couple of mistakes, especially in the breast leg. But yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome. It's awesome to swim that fast and tie for a win with the best swimmer on the planet right now. So yeah,
What mistake did you make in the breaststroke?
yeah. I think I don't know, the breakout and the touch
Mm.
uh, at the third, but I mean, it doesn't really matter, no. So maybe if I didn't do those mistakes, I would have gone slower. So you never know what can happen. So
Yeah.
it's good. It's good. I loved it, and I was a little bit behind in the freestyle, so I was looking at underwater. I was okay. Let's go. No, but yeah, I'm having a lot of fun actually. So
You are the only swimmer in that field who doesn't do the crossover back to breast turn. Tell me about that. Does that just not work for you?
no, the thing is that so in the morning I did it because I arrived with the right hand,
Uh-huh.
but with the left one I can't do it. I haven't learned to do it yet. So I guess I just have to do the like normal, so
Mm.
old school one. And yeah, that's pretty much why I don't do the crossover, because many times I arrive with the left. left hand, and I can't. Uh, I haven't figured. I tried it in training sometimes, but I can't. I always I get confused and yeah, and also maybe it's a bit slower, but I can breathe much better, so I can get much more air in, and I think that also helps me on the last underwater.
Yeah.
That for sure helps in the last underwater because I mean the last underwater is where I try to so I'm not bad in the last 25, and if I can have some extra air the last 25, that can help me as well. But I think that if I would train well the crossover turn and everything, that wouldn't be a problem at all. Also for the air and everything, because once you train, you get better at it, and yeah. But I guess it's something that I will have to work on once I get back home.
Yeah. Okay. That's good to know. So uh no no swims today. No 200 fly or 200 IM. What prompted the day off for you?
I mean, yeah. So we decided that. So I'm probably at least for a while not swimming to fly internationally.
Hmm.
And maybe in preparation meets I will, but I need at least a break. But maybe I won't even swim to fly anymore. I don't know yet. It's something that we have to still decide. But yeah, I struggle a lot mentally in the to fly. So and it always takes me a lot of energy away. No. So mentally more than physically, I'd say, because physically, yeah, it's hard, but mentally it really drains me. And yeah, so here at the World Cup, we entered the 2 IM. Last week it went very well, actually. PB Swiss record 151.7, I think. So it was very good, but I got third, and so the third time didn't count for me. So third placement, because I was second, first in the other races. So we decided to take a day off today to train. Some training, and tomorrow to go again for with the 50 fly, and to not lose too much energy, and to be able to also to train a little bit, because even though we have 3 4 days in between the meets, but we need to train sometimes. So today is a good day to do that. Yeah.
Nice. Well, Noe, thanks so much for taking the time to sit down and chat. Congrats on everything you've
Thank you.
accomplished so far, and I hope
Thank
the
you so
rest of the
much.
World Club goes well for you.
Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully, it's gonna be fun for sure. And thank you for having me.
You've been listening to the SwimSwam podcast. Stay tuned for new episodes every week. You can take SwimSwam podcast on the go by subscribing on your favorite podcast platform. Look for links in the description below, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos as well.